Hello everybody, welcome to another Command & Conquer RA3 cast. I am your host, Anis Productions Entertainment, and I am on the map Pyroclasm on an FFA today. Our opponents for this match are going to be Xads as a Cyan, Cyan Empire. I want to say the full name, but it's like, there's a shorthand version. So Cyan Empire, we have got Hammerdruid as a blue Soviet, and on the bottom left position we have got another empire. This time it's a green one, and that is going to be TheWankBank. You haven't heard that incorrectly. That is his name. So fortunately enough, I actually know all these players that are actually playing this match. So this is going to be very interesting. I've not actually seen them fight much because I just don't care. Honestly, just don't. It's not really my game. But I've only just realised that these players, I actually know them personally. Although not in real life, but I mean I have talked with them. They are frequent travellers of a certain Discord. They'll not even link in the comments below in the Discord description. You see, I'm getting myself mixed up already. I probably should just focus on the cast anyway. Okay, so Xad is going for a particularly good aggressive move over here. He's going to be denying that infantry dojo there. It's going to be the killing of units that are going to be coming out of that dojo. Very nice micro from Xads. It's going to be reinforced by these Imperial warriors, and that is what's his name? TheWankBank's expansion as well. So you see, he's expanded very early. I mean, he has expanded because he's got the refinery and the oil derrick. I mean, the other two players have not yet gotten the refinery spot, but I think they will do in due time. But the TheWankBank has actually got the first player to actually get that. And here we go. We've got the dojo still moving around over here. I think he's actually going to be capturing the oil derrick. And here comes the harvester that's going to be dealing with these little pesky infantry, although that's going to get destroyed. A bit of a stupid move coming from TheWankBank over there. Going to be sacrificing an ore collector, and therefore the refinery is going to go down as well. So Xads has got two oil derricks now. Tengus are now coming out of the war factory. They're going to be proceeding down to TheWankBank's forces at the moment, and unfortunately TheWankBank hasn't really got much of a defense going, so he's going to have to quickly make something up. Hammerdruid is currently just being safe and building for force. He's already got tier 2, going for an airfield, going for what's the name of the unit? Oh, Twin Blades. Oh god, terrible. And I literally casted another match 5 minutes ago out of this time. This is the same day. I've like done 2 casts in the same day, and I'm already forgetting units' names. I haven't got much sleep, I apologise. But anyway, Tengu's attacking the oil refineries. That's almost going to be putting out, it's probably going to be killing it actually, because of the infantry and everything. And the ore collector is also going to go down as well. So Xads has got a pretty tight hold on this area over here. And unfortunately, he is going to be taking those structures, and he hasn't taken the oil derrick. No, he has taken the oil derrick. It looks a little bit green. It looks green, doesn't it? Yeah. He has actually taken the oil derrick. Okay, fair enough. So we've got TheWankBank's Tengus. I'll just call it Wank. We've got Wank's Tengus coming to get rid of the infantry, but unfortunately the Tengus also, Xads' Tengus are also there to help repel the infantry coming from Wank over there. One of the Tengus do go down, so he's going to be having that extra firepower. He's going to be an upper hand, but well, oh no, he isn't. Right. So there's only one Tengu there. Oh, he just doesn't manage to destroy it. It just doesn't. He could have taken it. That was almost successful. Unfortunately, he has to pull back from that area and hopefully get to just repair that unit. We've got a Docks Corps being deployed to the water, and Xads has been attacked by Hammerdruid, who's going to be coming around with a few shock troopers and some basic infantry and a sickle. So that's going to be putting him on hold a little bit. Oh, he actually got the refinery and the ore collector, so he's going to be denying him a bit of resources. Quite nice. Tengu chasing the infantry, going to be taken out. Oh, almost taken out one of the rocket squads. Well, this was they're just flak troopers. There we go, flak troopers. So Tengu's again coming down. Going to be clearing up the rest of the infantry squad. Hammerdruid is got the refinery expansion. Unfortunately for him, he hasn't got many. He's only got a war factory and a barracks and an airfield. Okay, so he isn't really producing a lot of units at the moment. he's got a lot of ore collector. He's got a lot of refineries. He's got 3 at the moment, so that's a decent amount. I mean, I thought he would have walled them off, but he hasn't. No player has actually. But okay, that's interesting. So here we go. We've got some wanks, Tengus. They're going to be going straight past the board. They're going to be making an attack on Xads, and Xads has pretty much got the air right now. Considering that one of his opponents is in fact Empire, he's going to be having to just spam Tengus, because that's the secret everybody really, well, not many people know about. It's just that if you have 2 Empires on the same battle, just spam Tengus. That's the only way to win. Like, if it's an Empire mirror, same thing. It doesn't really matter. But here we've got Hammerdruid's Bullfrogs who are coming out of the War Factory, and we've also got Megs. That's really going to help against the Tengus that are going to be coming straight towards Hammerdruid right now. They're going to be targeting the Harvester. They're probably going to be finding that refinery expansion, and a couple of Chopper VXs as well. A 3rd Chopper VX actually comes out as well. And Wank is currently training a lot of Tengus right now, also putting down a defender as well, giving himself a little bit of breathing space. Double War Factory, and he's got no barracks, so he sold that barracks at his base, and he's not going to go for one again. That's 5 Tengus he's trained at the moment. Got another defender core, ready to be put down anywhere, near the MCV, and we've got a lot of attacks going on, and I actually thought that would have taken care of the Tengus. So it appears that Tengus, even small groups, are actually really powerful. Okay, that's noticed, so he just absolutely slaughtered Hammerdruid's heads here. Okay, and the Chopper VXs can now take care of the refinery, seeing as there's nothing that Hammerdruid can do at this point. There's a lot of units on this front line over here. I mean, I wouldn't really advise doing that. He should try defend himself a little bit more and then try and move to the middle of the map. He would get more resources if he can snag Wank's and Xads' ore mines. Then he'd actually be able to get himself a tremendous resource boost and get those units out and possibly try and flood the enemy's bases with units and hopefully kill them. But again, the Harvesters are just getting picked off, and he's not really able to defend himself. Those Bullfrogs are going to have to come all the way from the front line. They're going to have to defend him. Tengu's also retreating like that. And yeah, we've got an expansion coming from Wank. We're going to be getting some more resources. Unfortunately, I don't know when he's going to be getting that ore mine again. I don't think he is for the rest of the game. We've got some Sea Wings getting deployed, so it's going to be dealing with the Tengus nicely. And the Chopper VXs, and what is he also getting? He's probably getting another Sea Wing. He's just training Sea Wings at the moment, which is a good idea. Here, yeah, Xads is making quick work of their opponents, and we've got a couple of hammer tanks there. They really shouldn't, don't know what they're going to be doing there. And get another Sputnik. That's the 2nd Sputnik that I've seen. I don't know where he's putting these Sputniks. I mean, is he trying to expand to the middle? Because if he is, then I suppose that's, you know, it makes sense. There's a line of Bullfrogs there. Xads is pretty much untouched at the moment. He's getting his nanotech mainframe, which is going to be the tier 3 of his faction. Well, I don't know. Is there a tier 3 or is that just tier 2? Because I can't remember what tier 2 is. I think it's just that to upgrade the tiers, and then you get everything. Because like every single production structure, you have to upgrade it twice before you get all the units. But at least you'll be able to unlock the super weapon and everything. So both Wank and Hammerdruid, they're just keeping themselves to themselves. And again, Wank has got his expansion, so it means he has 4 different ore refineries. A lot of Sea Wings getting to built. I mean, we've got 7 already, but he should try and get some those submarines. Can't remember the name. Should try and get some of them. Xads is playing his own dock score. He may want to try and go for some Naganeta cruisers, possibly some battleships. But then again, that's quite far away. But I mean, if he tries to get like max tier on that dock score, he could have the advantage going around the back of the base and destroying some of Xads' forces, hopefully rendering him immobile and defenseless. Sputnik getting put out here again, and he's actually managed to get to the middle ore, actually, which is really good. So Hammerdruid has got more resources. Hopefully he'll be able to reinforce that area with some anti-air. Got some wave force artillery coming from Xads. It's going to be probably going to be going to the middle, hopefully to take out some units, take out some crucial positions like the ore refinery. Well, that's a lot of Tengus. We've got some VXs, we've got some Tsunami tanks, we've got a lot. I mean, the Wank should try and move into Hammerdruid right now. He's only got infantry. He should at least try and keep a check on everybody. Xads was doing a good job. Now he's just pretty much, he's just relaxing, getting those high-tech units out. And the bottom players not really doing much on scouting. They're really neglecting the fact that they should scout, keep an eye on their enemy, and they are. I mean, Wank is actually missing the chance right now. He could just storm in, and he could go for the kill, hopefully removing the ore refinery and whatnot, and probably killing everything on this front line as well. Possibly. I mean, we've got some reinforcement coming now, and another war factory gets deployed as well. So there's a lot of units, a lot of ground forces as well. I've got some anti-air, but not a lot of air itself. I mean, not a lot of twin blades, obviously, because of the Tengus, but we've got a lot of forces coming from these two bottom players. In going an attack coming from Xads with a King Oni. I doubt that Hammerdruid has actually got enough adequate defenses to fend this off, and also a commando coming from Empire. So he's got his Eureka out. If that gets heroic, there's going to be a lot of problems. And here we go. We've got first the conflict in the middle of the map. Xads now knows of the expansion there, or at least some units. He probably did see the bit destruction as well. I'm not too sure. But it was a little bit anti-air there, but that's not quite enough. Considering that there's way force artillery, probably would take that out at that range. King only gets put to the front. Wang is not doing anything. What are you doing? Wow, my god. There we go. Yari mini sub. That's the kind of unit I was talking about earlier. But yeah, he's not doing anything. More Yari mini subs coming from Wang. Here we go, an attack coming from the middle. Way force artillery going to be taking out a lot of the. Wow, Jesus! No Tengus could fire on sickles midair. Makes sense, but like I didn't know they could actually do that. Which is really cool. Eureka goes in there to be dealing with the pushing everybody back, and therefore the Xads is going to be taking that ore refinery for himself probably. Yeah, it's pretty much lost right now, unfortunately. And he's going to be proceeding to Hammerdruid's base. So Hammerdruid has not got enough forces. He's not got adequate forces. I mean, he could deal with most of the tier 1s, but that Eureka and King Oni, that's basically the trouble that he's going to have right now. He should try and tier up, but take up. Oh, there we go. Battle Lab just goes up. He may be able to get some better units, but he's trying his best to fend himself off of these units over here. A couple of King Onis going to be pushing themselves right to the front, going to be holding off those forces. Let's see if he can actually get through this line. I don't think he can. Those high damage lasers are going to be doing a lot. There we go, the charge coming from King Onis. They're going to be bashing through a lot of those vehicles. The King Oni isn't even got to, has just got to a quarter of its health. That's how fucking powerful they are. My god. 3 different legions from hammer tanks. That's not very efficient. Has that been powered down or not? It looks like it's been powered down. Oh, it's been a bit weird. I don't know. Infantry. Oh yeah, that's because of the shock troopers. But nice EMPs though. That was almost good. That was, yeah. It's doing him a lot of good. Just keeping them there and hopefully just trying to leash these King Onis and hopefully getting some extra firepower. I think they do actually manage to. Did they get a new turret from there? Yeah, they do. Nice. Look at that. That's very good. We've got some V4 rocket launchers coming from Hammerdruid, and here we go. We've got an attack coming from Wank. That's going to be taking care of that King Oni. Boom, there it goes. Rocket Angels coming from Xads. Got a few Tengu. Well, a lot of King Onis there. And the Rocket Angel probably being placed at the base there. The attack coming from the Tsunami tank coming from Wank over there, taking advantage of the defenseless rear end of the base. Nicely going for the power, really makes sense. Doing a good job there, taking out the defenses and making sure that the units don't actually build as quickly as they could. Also taking out tier 3. Very good job coming from Wank. Did it at the right time. Going to be doing a lot of damage to his base. Unfortunately, that King Oni is now arrived, so he's going to probably have to draw back. But at least he's done a lot of damage. Oh, he could have tried. He could have risked going for the ore refinery. Unfortunately, he couldn't because of the Onis, but he did a good job there. He took out a power plant and he took out tier 3. And those VXs did take out a few King Onis. So he did a good job. He did do a lot of damage to Xads. So now the bottom players have got a particular advantage now. I wonder what's going to happen next, actually. It's going to be very interesting. So we've got a huge build-up of units from Hammerdruid. I wonder if he's actually going to be tackling Wank at all. We've got Natasha as well. Going to be going to the Pitbull. No, the Bullfrog. Yeah, that's what I meant. The Bullfrog. I don't know why I said Pitbull. There we go. And point defense drones also being trained as well. But also being used, and we've got a heroic chopper VX. I always love these things. They're really, really good. I'm going to be chasing the Rhino of the King Onis in a quite hilarious manner. Xads is going to keep them alive. He can't rebuild any until he gets that new core, which is going to be a bit hard because those Tangus there just swoop in and take him. Or we could just use the, just use a kind of chopper VX. Just does it. Oh, he's probably going to be losing all of those units. Poor Xads, unfortunately, but it did do a lot of damage to both of those players. Now it's payback time. All of that unit actually got destroyed. From that Eureka. Very nice. So, the tsunami tanks are around this ore collection spot. I wonder if he's actually going to be making any more. But still got the Sea Wings idling down here. He should really try and make some more, just in case he's able to attack the base again, like he did before. Another war factory was being built. That's going to be putting down another war factory. Tengu's coming. It's going to be coming to the Wank's refinery, but Wank's refinery gets destroyed. Unfortunately, Natasha is going to be going down to these Tengus. It's normally going to be very cost effective, but at least he manages to get to the ore refinery. It's going to be reducing his economy just a little bit, maybe enough. I don't really know. Tsunami tank getting sent to the top left corner of the map, possibly to just to chill there. In case something happens, he may be able to use the opportunity to actually just come into the undefended rear end again and hopefully do a little bit more damage. Oh, there we go, sudden transport. Okay, so he's going to be disguising it as a Soviet or Empire player. And a Eureka as well, so even I'm guessing that sudden transport is actually going to be snuck into the base. It's going to be snuck into the base, and then the Eureka can take care of everything. But the thing is, it's only one at a time. You probably have to sneak it in by water, and then go around. The best thing to do is try and look for the battle lab and take that out first. I know there's also an idle collector as well. Should really try and watch out for that. Dreadnought's also getting built as well. Going to be very useful. But then again, I don't know which player he's going to go for. And there's also Wank is not. Oh, there we go. He's got some Emperor Watsits, Shogun battleships. Yeah, Emperor Watsits. Okay. Still got some Shogun battleships. He's going to be having that huge artillery bonus. And he's going to be probably going to be engaging Xads again at some point, because those battleships do have a lot of range. Although he could just use the Eureka and take out the ships. But then again, he has the tsunami tanks. I don't know if tsunami tanks would be enough. That's a lot of Tengus, man. That is a lot of Tengus. 5th battleship is deployed. There's a lot of Tengus coming from Wank as well. We've got a satellite dump getting deployed. Oh, just sells it in time. That's very good. Hammerdruid is basically safe at this spot. He's got tier 3. He's just making sure he reinforces his units. I don't know if he's going to go for an all-out attack or not. He's got pretty much every unit he can, apart from maybe a couple of infantry units, but he's basically got everything, and he's just scouting right now. And he's going to be trying to. Oh no, you idiot! That's going to go down. But at least he is going to scout the base and see what his opponent's doing. I think that's, as far as I've seen, that's the first time that Hammerdruid has actually scouted in this entire match. Here we go, we've got some forces coming from Wank. It's going to be scouting the base again. Remember, scouting the base for himself, and he's going to see the giant force that is actually here, and he's going to think, fuck, okay, and it's going to be a bit hard to see which player to attack first, because of this force here. Although Xads' force isn't too small either. I mean, it's quite decent. All manages to take out the sudden transport, but the Eureka is heroic, and that is undamaged. So he does actually save the valuable unit inside. Very nice micro there, and a lot of Tengus. I just forget how many Tengus you actually need to build, honestly. Okay, so it's building to a little bit of a climax. Wank is just currently just being a little bit sneaky, trying to cover as much ground as he can, and it looks like at this moment that Wank has currently gotten the best map control. I mean, it's literally only slight, but it could be enough for him to actually do something. Oh god, we've got a huge sea force coming from coming from Wank is going to be loads of so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, 6 Shogun battleships, 3 Naginata cruisers, going to be sent towards Xads, going to be causing a lot of damage, probably going to be taking out the King Onis as well. The Tsunami tanks get withdrawn, got a force here, going to be Dreadnoughts, Akula subs, Bullfrogs, going to be sent from Hammerdruid, and Hammerdruid has also dealt with the expansion over there, so both players are just ganging up on Xads at the moment, which is going to be quite sad. Showing our battleships firing off a few rounds, going to be doing a little bit of damage to the King Onis. A lot of Tengus on the front line over there. I don't actually know if he's going to be using those units against these Shogun battleships. He probably should, but then again, the Tsunami tanks nearby could potentially destroy quite a few units there. Oh, he might be able to get the Yuriko. Yuriko needs to be sent in. Get to try and get one of the battleships, and she does. No, she uses the screen. No, she doesn't. Right, she gets 2 battleships. Oh, and it almost the tiniest amount of health. The tiniest amount of health. Let me just. Oh, it actually died. Okay, she actually died. That was so close. I don't know if she was going to survive or not. King Oni's come in. They're going to be trying to hopefully get a shot out. These Tengus are just tearing up these forces right now. There was a floating ship just then, and a piece of something. Tengu's nicely taking care of the other Tengus, and they're just gonna be battering those Shogun battleships. No time at all. And why did I make that stupid sound with my throat? And Dreadnought's also going to be coming from behind from Hammerdruid. There's going to be dealing out a lot of damage. Going to be probably taking out the ore refinery. Yes, it does. It goes down. And it's going to be also probably taking out the Mecha Bay as well. It's a factory. It's a fucking factory. I don't care too much about technicalities. Oh, bad decision there. It needs to be on land, but obviously the King Onis are there patrolling the land. I mean, if they'd gotten rid of them a little bit earlier, he might have been able to do something. Another Chopper VX also gets deployed. Xads is suffering heavy losses at this moment. He's not doing very well for infrastructure-wise, although all of Wank's forces have actually been defeated. Naginata cruisers are still stationed for the dock score. I don't know what he's going to be doing with them. Hammerdruid nicely making work of his base. He's going to be taking care of a lot of their forces, and he's now going to be withdrawing and doing a little bit of damage to Xads. Not enough to actually for him to actually do anything. Oh my god, the MCV, how did that get damaged so much? My goodness. Okay, right, so he's going to have to really be careful now at this point. The MCV is still there, but that's pretty much all he has. Every single structure has now gone. Is he going to be able to... Oh, actually, that's a good point. I don't know if he's got enough resources. He has got enough resources. He's got enough for... he's got enough for a power plant, and he's got enough for a refinery core. So he's going to be able to just manage to crawl back from the brink of defeat. Although the satellite drop comes down again, it's going to be trying to take out the MCV. Of course, the MCV goes out of the way, but my goodness. Persistent, that's going to be from Hammerdruid. So, oh, it actually takes out King. That's very nice. Again, the units are just being attacked right now. From there's the MiG over there. He might be able to. Oh my god! Got some artillery strikes coming from the Dreadnoughts. Takes out the MCV. Oh dear me. I think that's Xads is done for. I think these units are the last that he has. There's only one structure that he's defending, and that's this one power plant. It's extraordinary. I'm surprised he's still playing at this point. His MCV is down. He's really going to need to be careful and try to deal like as much damage to these players as possible. Hammerdruid doing a good job of that. I'm telling you, the Dreadnoughts and picking units off from Wank really did a good job. But the Tengus are going to come in. They're going to take out the power plant, and there goes Xads. Unfortunately, Xads is hot on the tail. He's going to be taking out a few Tengus. A lot of Tengus go down, and the Choppy VX also helps as well. Oh, a few Tengus are also critically damaged. Look at that. Look at that amount of health. That's nothing. That's just nothing, my dude. Oh my god, these two Dreadnoughts are just way behind. Yes, they're going to be coming back to base. And Hammerdruid is very well defended at this point. All Collector is still on idle at this moment. Probably just spare, I think, now. A nice huge force. Even Kirov's have actually been deployed, so he's going to hopefully deal a lot of damage. There we go, Kira. You got some units? Okay, right, I don't know what that was from. Probably from a Bullfrog or something. It's just parachuted units in. Yuriko dealt with them going very nicely. And there was a unit there. I don't know if Soviet. I don't know what that was though. Got an attack coming from down here. Got cooler subs being attacked. Sea Wings as well, but lots of Shogun battleships. So it's gonna Wank is gonna go for Hammerdruid at this point. So I still can't believe that one generator there. That's there, and the Hammerdruid is now focusing on Wank at the moment. Gonna be taking out a power plant, but that's not too bad. I mean, he should just put the twin blades somewhere else. Those Sea Wings are really making mincemeat of them. And here comes the power. Gonna be taking out a lot of forces. 3 units go. No, actually 1 unit goes down, but 2 of them are critically injured. Even the Apocalypse tank gets some damage as well. Again, another generator gets destroyed. So at least Hammerdruid is putting a little bit of pressure on his opponent over there. But the Tengus are have now been changed to air. It's going to be, unfortunately, Hammer's going to be losing both of those twin blades. Not a problem though, as sea forces are now going along the bottom of the map, and they're going to be meeting Wank's forces over there. Wank's forces are actually retreating. Naganatsu is going towards his base. Oh, nice attack coming from Xads. Wank's forces sell off a few of his structures, and that's a bit stupid considering now he hasn't got any chance to defend himself. He's a cheeky little engineer coming from the MCV. That's going to be taking care of a structure, hopefully to try and, well, I don't know what he's going to be doing right now. He's going to try and look for a production structure, any sort of production structure anywhere. And now Wank is just currently trying to get to the docks. Hammerdruid is taking care of the rest of the base. No one's really taking care of the power plant of the top, and we see that a few Tengus coming from Xads going to be going straight to Hammerdruid's eco, and making nearly all the forces turn tail towards back to his base, although the coolers and the dreadnoughts still stay there. So, oh my god, that sounds like it did actually manage to capture an oil refinery. That will go down very quickly. Just sold that off. That one power plant is what's keeping him alive. There's really much no point. We've got an attack coming from Xads. It's going to be taking out an oil collector. What the fuck? And loads of ground forces are going to be coming towards this one refinery. But these tankers are too fast for you. They're basically like mini Sonics. You can't use the Kirovs. The Kirovs will do too much damage, too much splash damage. And Xads nicely takes care of both oil collectors. Ore collectors, not fucking oil, my god. And Naval Yard also gets some damage dealt as well, having to sell that off. Wank is currently suffering heavy damage right now. He's only got 1 docks and 1 refinery out at sea. That's keeping him from losing this match. Although he has got a decent fleet. If he's able to keep that alive, he might be able to repel that. I'm not too sure. Hammerdruid coming in with his Kirovs, but the Tengus coming in from air, there's going to be taking care of the majority of these big forces there. If you try to get some bullfrogs, yeah, the bullfrogs are coming from the front line. They're going to be trying to get there as fast as they can. The Tengus now forced to retreat, get those Kirovs out of there, just make them turn tail. Also, we've got some Megs also trying to chase the Tengus at the moment. The huge naval battle going on the bottom left corner of the map, with a combination of Hammerdruid and Wank's forces going to be taking shots at each other. That Dreadnought is a heroic, and that has died. Oh, that's unfortunate. And the rest of the Dreadnoughts have also been destroyed. That is very, very bad for Hammerdruid. He's just lost his powerful naval fleet, and therefore Wank has got more of a chance to get back, to hopefully reclaim his land and everything. He should train an MCB anytime now, hopefully just rebuild. Xads forces are going back to his top position, but Hammerdruid remains dominant in this map because he retains all of his base pretty much. There's lots of bullfrogs being trained, a few Apocalypse tanks, a few Hammer tanks, a V4. So it's going to be a very, it's going to be very hard for him to actually do anything, for Xads to do anything against Hammerdruid. One Hammer tanker just somehow ends up at the top of the map. Oh, he's trying to hunt for any structures because he couldn't actually tell, but he's just seen the power plant, so he's gonna try and take care of that. The Hammer tank is destroyed. Oh, nice cheeky attack coming from Wank over there, taking out the ore refinery and the AA battery, and the couple of Sea Wings doing a lot of damage to the Kirovs. Kirovs going to be cleaning up the rest of the base. 5 Kirovs Two of them are, well, one of them's critically damaged. The second one is going to be critically damaged if he doesn't get out the airspace soon. And here they go, they're going to be coming quickly, and they're going to be absolutely destroying, just getting rid of those structures, and maybe he could possibly even get rid of the docks there. Just docks, and then they will refinery there. Wow, his naval fleet positioned on the bottom right. And Hammerdruid sold his tier 3. I think he's satisfied with the amount of units he has. He's just going to be going for an attack, finishing off the rest of his units. Oh, nice joint attack coming from Xads and Wank. Going to be taking out the Kirovs. Unfortunate for Hammerdruid there. But at least those forces have been dealt with. Oh, that Kirov's gone. That Kirov's gone. There's so much anti-air. He can't build anymore. There's no way. And here we go. We've got some conflicts going off over here. V4's trying to take care of these Shogun battleships over here. But those V4s are just absolutely getting destroyed. I should try and push them back, because otherwise that's just really not cost effective. And that will be useless for him. Those two ships doing a lot of damage right now. One twin blade gets called upon to try and at least do a bit of damage to this heroic Shogun battleship. Two twin blades now, and he almost gets destroyed by the magnetic cruisers, which is quite surprising. And there we go. They're just chasing him. So Wank has just gotten the upper hand right now. He's going to be utilizing all of his forces, taking out a couple of twin blades, and just really doing a lot of damage towards Hammerdruid. Xads is still alive. Two players are in critical condition. One or two structures for each player. They're going to be surviving on those structures alone. And those units, this is just going to be causing so much damage for Hammerdruid. All that work built up, he should have just sent those units to one of the bases and done something about it, because this place is no longer defendable at this point. So we've got, where's the MCV going? Oh no, the MCV is going straight into the Tengus. No! He's going to be losing his MCV if he doesn't unpack it now and get those units over there. We've got everything coming to the Tengus, hopefully to try and save the MCV. The MCV does trying to hold off on the damage. Units are trying to block it, but the MCV is going to go down in any second now if he doesn't try to save it, and just doesn't save it. Oh man, Madrid is gone. Oh, that's such a shame. Everything, that's pointless. What he did, my goodness, all that work and time and effort gone to waste. Dear, that's such a shame. So it's a battle between the WankBank and Xads. Wank has got a lot more superiority because of his naval forces. He could just use the sea wings to try and take care of the one power plant that's there. Xads hasn't really. Yeah, Xads has quit. Wow, that was epic. I mean, come on, that was quite good. I enjoyed doing that FFA, and that was really good. All three players basically were at each other's skill level. Very good. Xads did do a good job. He attacked early. He was aggressive. He pushed back both Hammerdruid and Wank. He made sure they didn't actually expand. He made sure that they were both slow in their economy, and just made sure that he just denied them in general so that they'd slow down and everything. Very good. Hammerdruid, he shouldn't have focused so much on his base and his units. I know he wanted to protect himself, but he should have tried to expand sooner, because he did lose his expansions quite a few times. I mean, the one at sea, and then there's the one in the middle of the map, but he only expanded once to the middle of the map. But still, he should still try and should have still tried to get more expansions done. Wank did a good job. He was good in his micro. He did also go straight for immediate expansion from resources. Really good. Unfortunately, it did fall, but he was tremendous in providing naval units, and obviously killing Xads in a major way for the tsunami tanks and everything. So yeah, I mean, all of them had their good bits and bad bits. I mean, Hammerdruid with Kirovs wasn't quite a good plan as he thought it was, and unfortunately he just lost his MCV, like by a smidgen. If those units had arrived a little bit sooner, he would have been able to save his MCV, like only just. and then Xads would have probably quit then because he had no units to defend himself. But very good performance from both these players. Well, all of these players over here. I really hope you enjoyed this half-an-hour long cast, and yes, I really enjoyed casting this as well. If you have any replays you want me to cast, PM me on Discord. My Discord name is in the description below. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.